Well, this has been quite the week for marches and protesters and around the country, and especially here in Washington, D.C., for people pressing for a huge amnesty. And as I've said in my blogs and in my action alerts to our members, this is far more than just giving an amnesty, permanent work permits to 12 to 20 million illegal foreign workers and their dependents. All comprehensive immigration reform also includes huge increases in permanent legal importation of foreign workers. So every worker in this country is at some danger with comprehensive immigration reform. The thing that I really want to focus on today, though, is our need to stand up for Hispanic Americans. An awful lot of the churches, the church leaders that are advocating for amnesty, and a lot of other people advocating for amnesty, is that this is the right thing to do for Hispanics. This is a pro-Hispanic thing to do. Well, I want to tell you that nearly all Hispanic advocacy groups are working against the interests of Latino voters. And here's why I say this. Three numbers. Of the Latino voters in this country who are looking for a full-time job with a high school degree, 1 out of every 4 cannot find one. A 23% unemployment rate, a 23% U6 unemployment rate. Younger Latino voters, it's even worse. These are the 18 to 29-year-old Latino Americans born in the United States. They have a high school degree. They're trying to start their families, buy a house. This is the time to get their foot in the door in terms of a workforce. Of these 18 to 29-year-old Latino voters, 1 out of every 3 looking for a full-time job cannot find one, a 33% U6 unemployment rate. Latino teenagers, lots of terrible things are said about Latino teenagers. They want to join gangs, or they're lazy, or they don't want to integrate into society. But the fact is there are large numbers of Latino teenagers looking for jobs. The government keeps track. Latino teenagers looking for jobs, and they find that 1 out of every 2 Latino teenagers looking for a job can't find one, a 48% U6 unemployment rate. Now, I could give you these same statistics for Black Americans, and they're even worse. And the fact is, they're almost as bad for Americans in general. My point, though, is that since so much attention is placed on how we need to have comprehensive immigration reform for the sake of Hispanics, no, that would be the most anti-Hispanic American thing we could do. Hispanic Americans are suffering terribly in this jobs depression. We must stop the importation of foreign workers who especially go into the occupations right on top of our own fellow citizens who are of a Hispanic heritage. We must speak with confidence about the fact that what we advocate, lower immigration, in fact, an immigration suspension and no amnesty, probably the most pro-Hispanic American thing that Congress could do.